April 6, 1922, Volume 14. Effects of the Acts Done in the Divine Will. In the divine will, the soul places herself at the level of her Creator. As I was in my usual state, my sweet Jesus carried me outside of myself and showed me masses of people crying, homeless, prey to the greatest desolation. Towns collapsed, streets deserted and uninhabitable. One could see nothing but heaps of stones and rubble. Only one point remained untouched by the scourge. My God, what pain to see these things and live. I look at my sweet Jesus, but he did not deign to look at me. Rather, he cried bitterly, and with a voice broken by the tears, told me, "My daughter, man has forgotten heaven for the earth. It is justice that what is earth be taken away from him, and that he go wandering, unable to find shelter, so that he may remember that heaven exists. Man has forgotten the soul for the body. So everything is for the body, pleasures, comforts, sumptuousness, luxury, and the like. The soul is starving, deprived of everything, and in many it is dead, as if they did not have it. Now it is justice that their bodies be deprived, so that they may remember that they have a soul. But oh, how hard man is! His hardness forces me to strike him more. Who knows whether he would soften under the blows? I felt my heart being tortured, and you suffer very much in seeing the world as if it wanted to tumble about, water and fire spilling out of their boundaries, hurling themselves at man. Therefore let us withdraw together into your bed, and let us pray together for the destiny of man. In my will I will feel your heart beating over the entire face of the earth, giving me a heartbeat for all, which will speak love. And as I strike the creatures, your heartbeat will place itself in the way, so that the blows may be less hard, and upon touching them, may bring them the balm of my love and of yours. I remained very afflicted, more so since, as we withdrew, my sweet Jesus hid in my interior, but so deeply that he almost would not let himself be felt any more. What pain! What torment! The thought of the scourges terrorized me. His privations gave me mortal pains. Now, in this state, I tried to fuse myself in the holy will of God, and I said, "My love, in your will, what is yours is mine. All created things are mine. The sun is mine, and I give it to you in return, so that all the light and heat of the sun, each drop of its light and heat, may tell you that I love you, I adore you, I bless you, I pray to you for all. The stars are mine, and in every flickering of the stars I seal my I love you, infinite and immense, for all. The plants, the flowers, the water, the fire, the air are mine, and I give them to you in return, that all of them may say to you, in the name of all, I love you with that same eternal love with which you created us." But if I wanted to say everything, it would take too long. Then Jesus, moving in my interior, told me, "My daughter, how beautiful are the prayers and the acts done in my will. How the creature is transformed in God, the Creator himself, and gives him the return for what he has given to her. I created everything for man, and I gave everything to him as gift. In my will, the creature rises up to her God and Creator, and finds him in the act in which he created all things to give them to her as gift. And trembling before the multiplicity of so many gifts, not having within herself the creative power to create as many things for as many as she has received, she offers her own things to requite him in love. I gave you sun, stars, flowers, water, fire, air, to give you love. And you, grateful, accepted them, and putting my love in circulation, you gave me the return for them. So I gave you sun, and sun you gave to me. I gave you stars, flowers, water, and you gave them back to me. The notes of my love resounded again over all created things, and with one voice they gave me the love which I made flow over the whole creation. In my will, the soul places herself at the level of her Creator, and in his own will she receives and she gives. Oh, what a contest between creature and Creator! If all could see it, they would remain stupefied at seeing that in my will the soul becomes a little God, but everything by virtue of the power of my will. April 6, 1928. How the soul can place herself in the divine unity. Example of the sun. The repeater of the Creator. How God gives sip by sip. Necessity for the knowledges to make their way. I was thinking about the divine Fiat in order to unite myself to its unity, to be able to make up for that unity of wills that is lacking between Creator and creature. So I thought to myself, can I reach such extent of being able to penetrate into the unity of my Creator? And Jesus, moving in my interior, told me, my daughter, when the soul places herself in the unity of my will, it is as if she placed herself in the sphere of the sun. Look at the sun. It is one. From the height of its sphere, it does one single act, but the light that descends down to the bottom embraces the whole earth, and from the effects of its light, it produces multiple and innumerable acts. Almost for each thing, for each plant, it invests it. It gives its embrace of light and says to it, what do you want? Sweetness? I'll give it to you. And you, what do you want? Heat? I'll give it to you. And you, do you want fragrance? I will give it to you as well. Almost for each thing, the light pours the whole of itself out, and it gives to it what befits its nature, in order to form its life and grow according to the order created by God. Now why all this? Because that sphere contains so much light and all the seeds and effects of all things and plants that are spread over the face of the earth. Now this is symbol of the soul who wants to live in the unity of our will. She rises into the sphere of the sun of the eternal Fiat, that contains so much light that no one can escape it, and possesses all the seeds of the lives of creatures. Its light goes about investing and molding everyone, and prays that each one may receive the life, the beauty, the sanctity wanted by their Creator. And the soul, from that sphere, becomes of all and gives herself to all. And she repeats our act, which is one, but that one act has the virtue of doing everything and of giving itself to all, as if each one had it at one's disposal and it were one's own. In fact, in us, unity is nature, and in the soul it can be grace. And we feel bilocated in the creature who lives in our unity, and oh, how we delight in seeing the littleness of the creature ascending, descending, expanding within our unity to be the repeater of her Creator. After this I was thinking about how blessed Jesus would make the kingdom of his will come. How could the creature embrace altogether so many knowledges about it, and almost all at once goods so great, divine manners, beauty and sanctity that contains the reflections of the likeness of her Creator? But while I was thinking of this, my beloved Jesus moved in my interior and told me, "My daughter, by her nature the creature cannot receive a great good, a light that has no boundaries, altogether, but she must take it sip by sip, waiting to swallow the first sip, to then have another one. And if she wanted to take everything together, poor one, she would be drowned and would be forced to put out what she cannot contain, waiting to first digest the little she has taken, for it to flow like blood in her veins, and for that vital humor to spread within her whole person, to then dispose herself to have another sip. Has this not been the order I've had with you, manifesting to you what regarded my eternal fiat, little by little, starting from the first lessons, then the second, the third, and so on? And when you were chewing the first, and you swallowed it, and it flowed like blood in your soul, I prepared for you the second lesson, and my will formed the first acts of life in you. And I celebrated its glory and fulfilled the purpose of creation, anxiously waiting to be able to give you more sublime lessons, to fill you so much that you yourself would not know where to take from in order to repeat them. So I will do to form the kingdom of my divine will. I will start from the first lessons that I have given you, and this is why I want that they begin to be known, that they may make their way, preparing and disposing souls, so that little by little they may yearn to listen to more lessons, in view of the great good they have received from the first ones. This is why I have prepared lessons so long about my will, because it encloses the primary purpose for which man was created, as well as all things, and the very life that man must carry out in it. So without my will, it is as if man did not have true life, but a life almost foreign to him, and therefore full of dangers, of unhappiness, and of miseries. Poor man, without the life of my will, it would have been better for him if he had never been born. But to his great misfortune, he does not even know his true life, because until now there has been no one who has broken the true bread of its knowledges, so as to form pure blood and allow its true life to grow in the creature. They have broken for him a stale, medicated bread, that if it had not made him die, has not let him grow healthy, vigorous, and strong of a divine strength, as the bread of my will makes one grow. My will is life, and has the virtue of giving its life. It is light, and dispels darkness. It is immense, and takes man from all sides to give him strength, happiness, sanctity, in such a way that everything is safe around him. Ah, you do not know what treasures of grace these knowledges conceal, what good they will bring to creatures. And this is why you do not have interest that they begin to make their way to give start to forming the kingdom of my will. End of April 6th. Fiat.